Everybody, welcome to Catching Doe Defensive Arts. Again, my name is Ray Couch, and we're in Peoria, Illinois. This section of tape we're going to go over. The last one we went over blocking, basic blocking of a knife. This time we're going to go basic blocking knife on knife. In Catching Doe, we talk about the knife and the sword and the cord. Basically what that means is a knife and a sword are very similar in the way they're used and applied. The noticeable difference is the knife is a lot shorter. But again, it's an awful lot lighter too. So we play with that back and forth, and the principle is the same. It just has to be manipulated a little bit so each person learns to develop it to fit them. For this tape, we're going to use 2 training knives versus 2 live blades. Last time we used a live bayonet to show you the confidence she has with her blocking and how you can develop that. This time we're going to use 2 training knives because I'm going to be getting cut up. We have 2 ways basically to hold a knife. There's going to be a lot of critics out there, but 2 ways. You're either going to hold it in the front or you're going to hold it down. You can think of all kinds of funky ways to do different things, but what you do in a high stress situation is important. A lot of times in a training area, not high stress. That high stress has to be induced. And I induce that high stress by intensity level as my students progress to go faster and harder at it. For this purpose, we're going to show it slow and easy so everybody can see it. So, first of all, she's going to hold her knife. She's going to get her hands up. She's prepared. She's got her hand up, her knees are bent, and she's prepared. Hands out a little bit so that if she's prepared, this hand might be turned a little bit. That way, okay. What she wants to do, she wants to present a target to you. By presenting that target, psychologically, I want to hit the biggest target. I want to go for the easiest target to hit. That's the mind of a perpetrator. That's the mind of a predator. They're going to take the easy target, not the hard target. Okay, so we went over the basic blocks. She's going to basic block using the edge of her knife. As I come in, it can be called a C cut or a 7 cut. I come in, she's going to make a basic cut with that knife and defend herself. And while she's doing that, it's also making what we call an incidental cut to my hand. She wants to try to strike the back of my hand. Alright, there's a lot of nerves in here. She can strike my hand and get my hand to release that knife. That puts her at an advantage versus me being at the advantage. Okay, the other one, well, she cuts it the other way. So I come in, she cuts it the other way. Boom. Again, goes to the inside of the wrist. A lot of nerves and veins, tendons, all in there. Same principle. You cut that way. That would be similar to our core blocks. 1 and 2. Next one would be around. Coming across, she brings the blade up and strikes it. Now, this one here, we'll show you later on, depending on the strength. Someone's out there saying, well, he's strong enough to go through that. Yes, I might. But if I'm going to put my hand to this, and this is a razor sharp knife, I'm going to pay dearly for this. Okay? The other side, I come backhanded. She does the same thing. She uses that blade of the knife, makes the cut. Again, it could be an incidental cut. She stops it and pulls that blade down. That's going to cut me. That's good. That's a counter to that. Or just the fact that she's holding it up there and I just run into the blade. All right. The other thing is what we have is what we call reinforced blocks. Now, when I attack, I'm going to thrust her this time. She's going to put her hand palm on the back of the blade, and she's going to reinforce it this way. Now, that works great with a single-edged knife. Most of the knives in your house are single edges. A double-edged knife is used mostly for military purposes or strictly killing. If you put your hand on the back of a double-edged knife and try to do a reinforced block, you're going to get hurt. So what you have to do in that case is you have to put your hand on your hand to help reinforce. But for this purposes, we're dealing with what we consider a single-edged knife. She'll put her hand on the back of the knife and she'll block straight down as I thrust. When I come in and thrust, she blocks straight down. What that does, my hand hits and it slides. What do you imagine that knife, a sharp edge knife or a steak knife is going to do, even a butter knife is going to do to my arm? It's going to play that radial nerve right there. That's going to give that chance, hopefully that hand drops that knife and gives her a chance to try to get away. Again, we're not standing there for the big fight. I lunge at her, reinforce it, and it slides up. Okay? Now, the basic block, reinforced, comes around, she puts her hand on the blade. Again, she brings it up, covers it like this. Come around, boom. She blocks that. That reinforces that. That beats my strength. That means I'm running right on this edge hard. Okay? But if I go to the backhand, same thing, just different direction. Boom. There's only so many ways someone's going to come after you with a knife. I'm sure someone up there saying, okay, I got my knife this way, they're going to come straight down. So So she's going to do a reinforced block straight up as I come straight down. There it is, right there. The principle is the same. The block may be different, the technique may be variable, but the principle is the same. I come across this way. She reinforces it that way. Come across this way. She reinforces it that way. If for some reason I take my knife and I come up this way, she can reinforce this way. The principles are all the same. She's basically all she has to do is cover her silhouette. And she has to take up the distance of the knife. Now if I have a 2-foot blade, then she's going to have to adjust for that. If I have a 1/4-inch blade, she'll have to adjust for that. That's automatic. She should see that and automatic adjust. That takes years of training to do this. Just these basics here, anybody can do real short, a little bit of practice, everybody can do it. All right, the other thing is, I want to go over some of the counters to these blocks. First, we're going to go over just a single arm block, like we started before. I thrust at her, she's going to pull block. As she pulls block, that in itself is a counter, because that there is a cut. That's an incidental cut. Boom, she cuts it, boom. Again, she slices it. That takes out. Now she goes the other way. Cuts it, slices up. Again, boom. Now she has to, she can move her body out of the way, but she slices through. Now there she's getting me on the inside of the wrist. There's nothing wrong, she slip up here. She's got the reach, she come right up to my elbow. And slice up that elbow. Boom, slice it on up. Now from the side, a basic block. Come this way, boom. She slices it down. Again, come around, boom, she slices it. I come this way, she slices it. No matter what I give her, she's going to get a cut on me. We call it slicing and dicing. She is going to slice and dice. No matter what I do to her, she is going to do something one way or another. Because what am I doing? I'm making a bridge between two islands. I am attacking her. She is not attacking me. So all she has to do is sit and wait for me to attack. I make this bridge. She does. She takes that out. All right, now we'll go over the reinforced ones. So I'm going to lunge at her. She does a reinforced down block, and then she slices. That's one way. She sliced out. Next one, she's going to slice up. She does that, and then she slices right up that arm. She just like flays my arm. Flays it right on up. She can flay it right on up to my chin, and right on across. Boom. One sweep, boom. Wham, bam, done. It's not playing here. Someone's attacking with a knife. They're not playing with you. There's no such thing as, oh, I was playing after I've cut you and hurt you. Okay, coming around. I come around, she reinforced blocks, and she cuts. Boom. Straight down is the other one. The only difference is it's a little bit stronger. Now this time she'll flay my arm. Come across, she flays it right straight down my arm, right across my neck, and back down. Do it here a little bit more angle. You come here, boom, reinforce. She brings it, she slides it down my arm, across my neck, and on out. I come at her this way. She reinforces it, slides it down. She can slide down on the outside edge, or she reinforced block, she slides down, and it cuts to my ribs, underneath my armpit. There's a lot of vital areas in there. Again, I come across, she blocks, parries and cuts. All one motion, it's all one motion. Okay? So for a quick brief here, that is just a one count. That's from a knife to a counter. That's not taking it any further. It's, she's wanting to be safe. I lunge at her. She does what she's got to do, and then she gets out of it. She's defending her home or her family. If you have any comments, feel free to answer them. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of critics out there. As of yet, I've sent a lot of students out. I've sent several students out to the military, and I tell them to go out and blow shotgun holes in what I teach you. Try to prove me wrong. So far, it hasn't happened that many times. I've only had a couple of things and little bitty things that come up. And what happens, we just progress and we add to our system and we move on. Thank you.